a notebook in her hand. Why do robins build so high? She wants to understand. Paper kites in the yard, beans in folded cups. Every little answer starts with what if and huh? She follows the clues through the tulips and the rain. One question leads to three, and the world says her name. In Linda's Curiosity Corner, we ask it again and again. Linda's Curiosity Corner, where every question can spin. Fresh from spring into summer, stories bloom in the sun. Linda's Curiosity Corner. Come on, come on. Grandma folds the quilt and tells the peach tree tale. How the farmers read the sky by the color in the hail. Fireflies over grass, drums at the block party. Old songs passed around like a plate of sweet cornbread. She follows the clues through the tulips and the rain. One question leads to three, and the world says her name. In Linda's Curiosity Corner, we ask it again and again. Linda's Curiosity Corner.
I love it. Oh, that's my favorite opening song of all time. That's wonderful.
Well,
So,
it
well,
fits the season.
yes, yes. Well, welcome everyone. And yes, this is Linda, and I have some curious things today. Actually, last week I probably should have done this one because keeping a tradition that every month I talk about the upcoming month and all the different trivia and facts about, and of course it's June already. Schools are letting out and people are getting married and graduating and all kinds of fun things. All new the Canadian geese all around everywhere here. um, and all the little baby geese that we have running around. It's really something. We keep looking for this one family that as we go to the grocery store, we pass a grassy section by the river, and yeah, there's like 3 families, and now they all have these little babies running around. It's so cute. But June, just like the song, um, it used to be the 4th month of the year, you know? It's hard to picture June falling anywhere other than between May and July, but the Romans had different ideas. Before Caesar came to, power, the calendar was only 10 months old. June being the 4th month, the calendar we follow today was first established in 46 BC, bumping June to the 4th um, to the 6th month instead of the 4th. But so June. Now, who's lucky enough to be born in June? Because June has 2 star signs. If you were born on or before the 20th of June, you're a Gemini, often characterized as passionate, adaptable, and intelligent. If you were born on the 21st of June or later, you're a Cancer, considered to possess a depth of emotion and great sense of loyalty. Aha. So, but June is the perfect month for the birth of the hopeless romantic, particularly if you're fond of flowers. June's birth flowers are the rose and honeysuckle. A rose in general indicates love or desire, and specific roses, but may have other messages. For example, a white rose may mean silence or new beginnings, while a yellow rose signifies jealousy, which I find hard to believe. I had yellow roses at my wedding, so I love yellow roses. And I'm not jealous about it. And the honeysuckle, it's funny. I saw a picture of the honeysuckle and I really don't recognize it. I don't remember seeing any honeysuckle up here in Western New York. The honeysuckle denotes bonds of love or generous and devoted affection. So maybe we should plant a honeysuckle bush. Um, so, but June birthstones. they have three of them. You can choose if you're born in June: the pearl, alexandrite, and the moonstone. Now, pearls are associated with purity, honesty, and calmness, and alexandrite represents longevity and health, while moonstone is more closely linked to luck, love, and passion. Now, one of alexandrites, I had to look this up because I had never heard of the stone alexandrite. Its nickname is emerald by day, ruby by night. It's a variety of crystal beryl known for its color changing ability. So I don't know, way back in the 70s, we had these rings that would change color depending on heat. And it's similar to what this alexandrite is. It has a color changing ability. So it's like goes from green to red. It's really interesting, kind of a purplish. Um, and the moonstone. Now that's another one that I had to look up because I wasn't quite sure. And it's a silicate or a mineral that displays a pearly and opalescent sheen, and it looked almost like an opal. You have the fire opal. Um, excuse me. So I thought, so if you're born in June, you have a lot of choices. You can have you know whichever birthstone you want. And besides flowers and stones, June has its own beetle. The June bug or June beetle is named after the month itself because they're found really between May and June in the US and survive on a mixed diet of plants and shrubbery. And they're completely harmless to humans, though they can prove a bit of a pest if you keep plants that they eat. I do not in past years, I do remember having June bugs around. I don't remember seeing any this year, so maybe that's a good thing. But at least up here, I haven't seen any. Um, we just got a big, news scare about watching for ticks, and, so they look really dangerous. So there's a big push about I don't know if you spray for ticks or you know um, I'm really just only I'm not going out hiking, but if I even in the park I'm just kind of nervous about where ticks live, and stay away from that because that could it sounds very very dire. Celebrations in June. There's several takes place in June in the U.S. Father's Day, celebrated the third Sunday of June. Flag Day on June 14th, and Juneteenth, observed on June 19th, commemorating the emancipation of enslaved people in the U.S. Juneteenth officially is called the Juneteenth National Independence Day. It's a federal holiday in the U.S. The holiday's name, first used in the 1890s, is a portmanteau of June and 19th, referring to June 19th, 1865, the day when Major General Gordon Granger ordered the first enforcement of the Emancipation Proclamation in Galveston, Texas, at the end of the American Civil War. And our friend Rick Reese, his family is from Galveston, and he has relatives that were actually there when Granger gave the proclamation. That's really cool.
His descendants actually were slaves to the mayor of Galveston at the time. And so
Aha!
they celebrate. He always jokes about how his family was the first family to ever celebrate Juneteenth because
Yes,
they heard about it as it happened. And we will be doing a special show with Rick Reese to honor Juneteenth and talk about its actual history, not all the other stuff that they talk about for it and try to incorporate into it, but really what Juneteenth is really about.
excellent, excellent. Now, during the Civil War period, slavery came to an end in various areas of the United States at different times. We didn't have mass communication. You didn't go on online and see everything at the same time. Um, and so many enslaved Southerners escaped, demanded wages, or stopped working or took up arms against the Confederacy. In January 1865, Congress proposed the 13th Amendment to the United States Constitution for the national abolition of slavery. By June 1865, almost all of the enslaved people had been freed by Victoria's Union Army or by state abolition laws. When the National Abolition Amendment was ratified in December, the remaining enslaved people in Delaware and Kentucky were freed. So that's really cool. So that's something to look forward to and tune in on June 19th. Because you know Buffalo, New York, where I live, has one of the largest Juneteenth celebrations in the country, which is really cool. So they have parades. They have a big carnival going on. Um, all kinds of things. There was an ad on the news the other day, talking about all the different things that are going on and asking for volunteers and things. So that's really cool. Um, so June is the official start of summer in the Northern Hemisphere, bringing longer days, blooming roses, and warm sunshine. Um, and in the Southern Hemisphere, they're going into winter. So if you want to, you still want to snow ski, just head for Australia, I guess. But the summer solstice occurs around June 20th, between 20th and 21st, marking the longest day of the year. So, you know, you're building up to the longest day. It's so nice. Oh, I'm sorry.
You're
Mary, if
good.
you could talk a minute, my doctor's calling.
Nope, you're good. So one of the cool things about June that isn't talked about very often is June begins on a unique weekday because of its cumulative total of days leading up to June. And every month after it never leaves a matching remainder when divided by the 7 days of the week. So this calendar pattern is determined by a math remainder math so that every year the day of the week a month starts depends entirely on how many days we have passed since January 1st. So June is a standalone month
Uh-huh, yes. Uh, Sorry
and
about
it
that.
falls this way on common and leap years. It never begins the same weekday, or no other month begins on the same weekday as June.
Yes, it's in fact that was next on my
Oh,
it's
I didn't know if
funny
you
how
had that.
I did. It says here June begins on a different day to every other month of the year. If you take a quick peek at your calendar, you'll notice that June is unique in that it begins. Second, oh, it's I just repeated myself. And so, but that's you know like May, I think wasn't it April and May started the same date, the
Hmm.
same day of the week each time, um, but yeah, it's really cool. There's so many facts and figures about just how our calendars put together and how it's changed over the centuries, over the millennium. Um, but now we have some exciting birthdays in June. For one, um, Captain Len Kane, who is our great friend and is on the show on Fridays at noon Eastern Time. And he is the original Top Gun. And he has been nominated 5 times for a Nobel Peace Prize. And he is a great friend of ours. And so we'll celebrate his birthday also on June 19th. But many people who are incredibly influential um, have are born in June. Um, Anne Frank, Marilyn Monroe, George Orwell, um, and George H.W. Bush have June birthdays. Um, so anybody born in June has impressive company. Um, so let's see. In entertainment, some of the iconic figures include Johnny Depp, Paul McCartney, Marilyn Monroe, as I said, Morgan Freeman, Judy Garland, Tony Curtis, Prince, and Prince, not only Prince the musician, but oh gosh, what is Prince William right now in England, who is soon, or not hopefully soon, but is next in line to become King of England. Let's see, Cindy Lauper, Curtis Mayfield, Boy George, if you remember him, sports personality born in June, Venus Williams, Michael Phelps, Olympic swimming legend. Um, let's see, Donald Trump, um, George H.W. Bush, Elon Musk, that Prince William, that's what it was, Prince William. Um, Scientific figures, Alexander Graham Bell, inventor of the telephone, Jacques Cousteau, renowned undersea explorer. Um, let's see, Meryl Streep, Jefferson Davis, the Confederate president, Gene Wilder, from if you ever saw Young Frankenstein, he played Dr. Frankenstein. So there's just you know, wonderful. But my sister-in-law, Ron's sister, is born in June. As
And
is his mother, was, and her name was June, and she was born in June.
it's cool. You talked about some scientists, but more Nobel Prize winners are born in June than in any other month.
Really? How fun. That's neat. So we
You
even
know.
know of a Nobel Prize nominee born in June.
Hmm.
So, oh, that's great. That's great. But June, oh, there's just so much to do because the weather is cooperating for the most part, and we're having little showers today. But it's like, May is kind of iffy, at least up here in the north. Um, and so June, everything just really explodes. Everything, the trees are all in full leaf. Um, and my bushes are in full leaf. I have forsythia bushes in front of my house that we planted, and in the spring, they're the beautiful yellow flowers. But right now, they're just wonderful leafy green, and I need to trim them back because they're a little taking over a bit too much. I put a um, American flag bunting on the front of the house, but you can't see it because the bush is so high. So we'll
Me
get those
too.
trimmed back.
I have it put up around the front windows in the front of our house. I put them up last yesterday.
Ah, yep, I have. We have um we've had Christmas lights, the little twinkle lights up actually all year. And they are red, white, and blue because we had put them up originally last year, the year before, I think. And we started something on our street, and so many people have lights now on their porch. Um, and down the street, they have really a whole um, American flag that's all made out of lights on the front of their house, and it looks so cool. And so, but we kind of started a trend. So many people have lights on all year long, not just at Christmas. And it's just dresses up the porch, and it's really pretty. We love to sit out on our front porch, and
And it's cheaper than, keeping a light on in your
yeah, yeah.
outside your house.
Yeah, I don't keep them on all night. I usually turn them off when I, check the doors and everything at night. But in the evening, it's just pretty to have the twinkle lights, the fairy lights out,
Mhm.
up and down the street. So that's cool. But June is, and especially this year, we can look forward to the 4th of July since it's such a huge one, the 250th anniversary of our country. Um, it's just really really neat when you think about world history. When we were in England a number of years ago, we stayed at this wonderful inn, and we stayed in the new section, and it was built in the 1700s. That was the new section. The old section was from the 1500s of this inn. But so you know with so that's how young our country is, 250 years old. But look at the wonderful things that we've done, because we have people from all over the world come and make a strong union. And so that's what's so special about the US, that we have people from all different backgrounds coming together, and that's the key, coming together to be an American. Um, and leaving, you can have some traditions from the old country, but we come together as an American and to build our country to make it the best that we can be. Um, I just
And
really,
June's also PTSD Awareness Month. Speaking of 4th of
oh,
July, and
okay. So, yeah, and that's what I didn't write down. I didn't have, because there's a lot of um, funny holidays during, you know, um, special days, like, um, Donut Day is, I saw someplace, I don't know which day. I should look it up to see who's giving out free donuts. Not that I need one. Um, but and then there's special months, and I didn't take the time last night to do. Um, so, um, but however you enjoy it, you know, it's vacation time for so many because school's out. So people can say, okay, let's take a trip someplace. You know, June is weather-wise really wonderful, whereas like July and August can be too hot for some people. So June is kind of the perfect temperature month. Excuse me.
another kind of interesting fact is that June, William Shakespeare did not like that month at all, and it was only referred to in two of his famous plays,
Oh, really?
Cleopatra and Henry IV.
Both tragedies. Oh, I don't know why, because June is one of those months that you have, um, so much new growth, and just around here we put our end of May, beginning of June, just is planting season up here. So um we usually, our big garden is usually a tomato plant. We're not I don't have the time or the expertise to plant a large garden. I've done it in past years, and it's amazing how many critters there are around here. Even though we're in the city, um, we have deer and rabbits and woodchucks, and besides the squirrels, oh, we have so many squirrels. We have oak trees, and so we just, the squirrels are just very active in our yard. It's just so funny. Um and but so it would be a constant battle to try to grow anything around these little critters that tend to eat everything. um
So some of
So
the fun things of June are June 1st is World Milk Day, Dinosaur
okay,
Day,
dinosaur.
International Children's International Children's Day. June 3rd is Donut Day. June
Oh, I
5th
missed
is
that.
Hot Air Balloon Day. And speaking of which, so June 6th is actually Yo-Yo Day.
Oh,
And Ariana's now into yo-yoing, and she can do it really well.
oh, wow, wonderful.
So we're gonna buy her a trick yo-yo for her birthday.
Oh,
Um,
they're so cool.
let's see here. June 8th is National Best Friends Day. June 11th is Corn on the Cob Day. June 12th is Peanut Butter Cookie Day. And we
Oh,
know Flag Day.
yeah.
June 18th is Sushi Day.
Ah,
And you got Juneteenth.
right.
June 21st is World Giraffe Day.
World giraffe.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And June 23rd, which is Ariana's going to love, is National Pink Day.
Oh,
And finally, June 27th is National Bingo Day.
oh my.
It's also National Smile Month, National Oceans Month, and Great Outdoors Month.
Aha. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, it's just, I'm sorry I missed National Donut Day. We have a privately owned donut shop, Paula's Donuts, in town that is unbelievable. Their donuts are are you could have one and share it with like 10 people. I mean, not really, but they're huge and so good. and um and they always give a baker's dozen. They always give you 13 donuts when you order a dozen donuts. Actually, I've only done that once because there's way too many and way too big. When we go in, we'll buy one and share it. That's how big they are. But and it's funny, when you talk about a baker's dozen, and the reason for that was because back in the Middle Ages, everything was sold by weight, and if you had 12 of something and they didn't come up to the correct weight, they could be penalized. The baker could be charged, so they would always give the extra. So that's where the baker's dozen, having 13, came in, just to be be on the safe side, that what you're giving is in the proper weight. So that's
Hmm.
that's really cool. Um, so
Just
it's
never
one of the
know.
places that we try to stay away from because they're so delicious.
And the first full moon of June is considered the strawberry moon.
Yes, I saw that and I didn't write that down. Yes, and it's because of one, um um I can't remember the name of which tribe, um that and so obviously in up where we are in western New York, um along the Lake Erie, strawberries really don't come into picking area until end of July and August. Um, so wherever that whoever came up with the strawberry moon, um, they must have a faster growing season than we have up here. So
It's somewhere down south.
it has to be. So, and it's funny because when we talk about, oh, it's so nice. I was talking to friends. We had a Zoom call, girlfriend call, Sunday nights, and two of them are in Florida. And so when we say, "Oh, it's so nice, it's 60 degrees," and they're like, 60 degrees? That's so cold, after having months of 30 degrees. 60s in the 60s is quite nice. And now that we're getting into the 80s, it's very nice. So
Hot.
and, and with June, with the sun setting so much later, that's the other thing. We went out to dinner with Ron's sister and her husband last night, and um they Susie hates driving in um in the dark, and so going home, but it was nice because they could, even though it was later at night, they still got home before it got completely dark. So um just that's one of the things with summer up here, that you just want to, you can do more because it's brighter out. The sun doesn't set until 9:30, um and so your days just seem so much longer, that you can fill the days with so many more things to do. Well, that is the information on June. So enjoy your June, um and have a wonderful weekend. And then this coming week, we have so many calls and so many programs coming on. And Tuesday, that's going to be wonderful. Um, if he can show that video, that's really exciting. This new platform we just really like so much. Even though it gets me up and dressed earlier on a Saturday than I used to have to be because of the video, but that's always good. So, and again, it just makes, you can fill up the day with doing so many more things when the weather is so nice.
That's it. And you're
Mm.
just in a better mood.
Yeah, yeah. You're not, this winter especially was unbelievably cold. And we more or less hibernated. Um, we just didn't didn't go out as much as we would have liked to and done things, because it was just so cold and snowy and freezing temperatures. So now, we live in an area that has four seasons, and so our summer season, spring is rainy and chilly, but our summers are just magnificent. So we're definitely enjoying the weather. So with that, I'll say have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and we'll catch you on an upcoming um, program on Riverside.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks, Mary. Bye bye.
Bye.